It's like we forgot how to podcast or something.
It's been a while.
I'm trying, you guys.
Okay, there we are. I'm so short in this chair.
Hey, this is your fault. You wanted us to podcast from the bar.
I wanted us to podcast from the bar. I wanted us to drink at the bar.
Well, we're drinking.
We are.
Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to the Craft Parenting Podcast, the podcast about two Cincinnati craft beer lovers with a parenting problem and a firework problem.
Yeah, there is a Clara, like, right up against my legs between me and the bar.
Is she shaking?
She is not.
I personally like fireworks, but I haven't been able to go out and enjoy fireworks because a certain dog gets incredibly frightened over them, like over the top, shaking.
Will try to, like, insert herself into your head.
Crawl into stomach.
It's
or crawl
weird.
into stomach, I should say. But thank you so much for listening, for being here. I think we have the chat up, and we've already been interacting. But if you are here, say hello. My name is Joe. This is Caroline.
Hey. Am I not your lovely wife anymore?
And you are my lovely wife and co-host, Caroline.
Okay.
It's been so long. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But we are the podcast, like I said, about Cincinnati craft.
Two Cincinnati craft beer lovers with a parenting problem.
Two Cincinnati craft beer. Yes, that. Sorry, I'm distracted by the chat. Usually no one's chatting, so this is awesome.
Apparently we got on after the sports ball was done. We forgot about the sports bar.
Yes. So we have Marco from Truth Beer and Podsequences in the chat, and he says he is having a Wampa after he had MGD watching FCC. I don't know what any of that means. Maybe he will elaborate.
I feel like I should know what MGD is, but
It's not
the kids ran me ragged today.
It's not a truth.
It is not a truth. That's surprising.
So that is surprising. We have a beer in front of us.
We do.
So what are we drinking?
We are drinking a Yakatangi Pale Ale from Old Capitol Brewing.
Kazoo Night.
It is 5.4%, and we picked it up yesterday.
It's fresh.
It is very fresh.
It's actually fresh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marco says Wampa is a cold IPA from Woodburn.
Is it an IPA lager?
No.
It's a Miller Genuine Draft. I should have known that.
Okay.
I figured it was Miller, but I was like, what kind of Miller is it?
I'm not well versed enough in the Miller brand.
Miller Lite was an option today, but we drank Stiegel instead because Stiegel, you don't say no to that.
Yeah. But let's continue. What are we drinking?
Yeah, I said that.
You said that. So
yeah.
It's a pale ale, 5.4%. It's just like a middle of the road,
It's really crisp. It'd be really good to have outside today because it was pretty warm.
Golden in color. Middle of the road is in bitterness versus lageriness.
Yeah.
Hi, Clara.
She is. She's settling. It's fine.
Yeah.
When we drove.
She found my leg.
Yeah. When we drove through the neighborhood today, we noticed a few doors down, they have a giant tent set up against their garage, like an entertaining tent, and have bar height tables set up in said entertaining tent.
The circus is coming.
And I was like, when it's a purple and green tent, I was like, those are some interesting colors. Hopefully you got a discount or you own it or something. And then we figured out that, the neighbors are going to set off fireworks. This will be interesting with Clara.
Or they already did.
I'm pretty sure they're the ones that are setting them off.
Oh, yeah.
because it sounds like it's,
It's
I
right
mean,
there.
it's hard to echolocate in the basement, but I'm pretty sure it's coming from over there.
Yeah.
So we need to make friends with them because they have an awesome setup. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
They're one of the people who walk their dogs in front of our house every day.
The dogs do not appreciate that.
So if you, just because their dog got out when I was doing a walk. I
Oh,
was on a walk, and the owner was just, I don't know, it was inside, and there's just a dog chasing me. I'm like, I don't know.
that is like one of my fears when I go on my morning run is that like somebody's like let their dog out.
It was friendly. Like,
And
I didn't like run from it. That's like rule number one. Don't
well,
run from a
yeah,
dog.
like the dog can be friendly, but like I'm still running. So like now I have to like sidestep and try to watch out for this dog or like go, ah. Yeah, and our old neighborhood, I got some video footage from Stephen and Hillary yesterday that was just like firework every other second. And I was like, I'm glad we're not in town right now.
Marcos says the west side is so far behind, they shoot fireworks on July
6.
6th.
So my theory with this is that everybody went to the fireworks shows on the 3rd and the 4th and then bought a bunch of fireworks and said, we're shooting them off this weekend.
Now, Marco, if you are on the west side in July, there's a firework going off.
No, any time of year, it is possible for fireworks to be going off on the west side of Cincinnati. Sometimes it's just a random firework. Sometimes you play the game, was that a firework or was that a gunshot? And then you don't really care because you're like, well, it's keeping my property value down. So taxes will be lower.
What? Okay, then.
Well, there was, I don't know if it was a joke or if it was like legit, where there was the guy who he like was hanging out in his backyard and his neighbor just like came out into their backyard, shot their gun twice with like blanks in it. And they were like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just keeping the property values down, making sure like people don't want to come over here. Rent is too damn high.
I guess so.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
I don't think that's how you fix that.
It's not.
Don't do that. Don't shoot.
I am not condoning any of this.
I'm just saying we're live on YouTube. I don't even know if we can say the word. That word on YouTube.
So yeah, and like fireworks are mildly legal in Ohio now. Like it's within like 2 days of like 4 different holidays, you're allowed to set off whatever fireworks you want or something. I'm not a lawyer. I don't set off fireworks anymore. I would like to remain firmly attached to all of my fingers and hands and eyeballs. So I try to not mess with those that much.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, I do like fireworks, and
I miss them.
the last couple years, Clara has been over the top frightened, and I don't want to leave
Extra.
over the top extra. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave her by herself in my house.
So there was a photo that our friend posted last year that she shared again this year where they have a dog who is terrified of fireworks. And they closed her in a room while they were like in their living room watching TV. Like they didn't even like exit the house. The fireworks were so loud that their dog destroyed the bottom half of the door.
Oh my God.
And there were like streaks of blood on the door because they had injured their paws from scratching at the door. And I was like, I am not surprised, but that sucks.
Remember when we first bought this house, we left the dogs in our bedroom.
Yeah, we need to replace that door frame at some point.
That was a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Whose idea was that? What are we talking about this episode?
So let's see here. So we went to a Reds game. We had our anniversary, and we did a date night for that.
So we're talking about summertime adventures.
Yeah, and then stuff that we've done with the kids.
So last couple weeks.
Yeah.
We've been very busy. We don't really have a whole lot of time to podcast anymore because we don't have nap time happy hour.
No, nap time happy hour is very much going away.
It's very sad.
I think Elliot napped for like 10 minutes in the car. I thought I heard somebody. Is that you?
Is that me? What?
Oh, I heard a noise. The kids are currently sleeping in the living room. They're having a slumber party.
Uh-huh.
So nobody's where they normally are.
Yeah.
And then I heard a weird noise, which might have been the TV, because I have the TV on to hope that helps calm down Clara, because the fireworks aren't as loud or jarring. It was probably the TV. So I need to look at my calendar so I can remember when it was that we podcasted last and what we've done since then. Because we did talk about going to
vacation.
Yeah, vacation and Markham Park, because we recorded the same day that we went to Markham Park. So then the next thing that we did was we had our anniversary. So
yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. So we were going to...
It's our 9th anniversary.
Yep, our 9th anniversary. So we were going to do something on the east side of town, or on the west side of town, because Joe's sister was going to come to our house and watch the kids. And then Joe's sister got a flat tire, and his mom was like, you know what? Just drop the kids off at our house. And then, you know what? They can just spend the night here. So Cincinnati was our oyster. Clara, you're pulling at my headphones. So we sat in their neighborhood for 10 minutes, like to the point where his dad drove back, was like came back from trying to help his sister and was like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we were originally going to go to March 1st on the fountain.
Yeah.
Because my parents live in Harrison and downtown is centralized. We never go downtown because of kids. So that was still a new thing that we could have enjoyed. We don't go downtown that often, I should say. We do go from time to time, but not to the fountain. We haven't been.
We're usually at the banks.
Yeah, and we haven't been to the March 1st there. So that's where we were going to go, because then we were just going to go there, and then we had to go back to Harrison. That was the plan anyway, to pick up the kids and stuff. But since the kids were spending the night, and we did have to work the next day, so we couldn't go.
I mean, but we're old enough now where we can make terrible decisions and know that it's our own fault and that we have to live with them now.
Yeah. So we decided to go to Cincinnati Distilling.
Mm-hmm. Way over on the east side of town. Actually, drove the whole northern half of the 275 loop to get there, which was so weird. 45
minutes. Harrison, for those in the peanut gallery, that's basically Indiana.
I mean, you can see Indiana from Fretboard Harrison.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's basically Indiana.
Yeah.
And so we had to drive from Harrison all the way out to Milford. I guess we didn't have to, but the other choices.
I'm just trying to give Clara some support.
You're hitting me.
I'm hitting Clara. She likes it. It's weird.
So we decided to go to Milford because we never get to Milford. Cincinnati Distilling is there. We had a really, really nice meal. Like,
It was way nicer than I thought it was gonna be.
it was like elevated food.
It was like fancy food, but like the portions that you want
Yes.
versus like the portions that you get when you go out to eat fancy food. Where instead of like, it's like, here's your pork chop. I hope you enjoyed it. It was like, here's your pork chop. You're actually gonna leave full.
Yeah, I got a bone-in pork chop. And what did you get?
I got salmon.
Salmon.
I was still on a fish kick from vacation.
And let's see, I got
We both got mac and cheese.
mac and cheese, and then the Woodburn, was it Solo?
Yes, you got Solo.
Coffee blonde.
And I got some mixed drink. I don't remember what it was, but it was really tasty.
Yeah. We sat right across the street from, we could see the road and stuff.
In Little Miami.
And Little Miami Brewing. Beautiful location.
I didn't realize, like, we've driven past that place like 20 times, but I like never saw it until we stopped there.
20 times?
Okay, I have because I've watched Your Cousins a few times. But like before it existed as Cincinnati Distilling. Like I had driven by that building multiple times.
Oh, they remodeled
They did. I have no idea what it used to look
front.
like.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous now.
It's it's like an old building with like a modern exterior.
Yeah. And you can, like, the still goes right through the restaurant. So we were sitting right next to the still.
Yes.
We're like, Brian, are you here? He was not.
No, because I think he was in Europe. Like,
Possibly.
I follow him on Instagram. And he was like literally in Europe or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but I think it was Europe. Let's see. Marcos says it's fireworks. That was the last podcast, and referring to what we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
And he says back. And then
You are way late on all of those.
I know. And then he says he agrees that the pork chop was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then the salmon, you said that the salmon was good too.
It was. Let's see here. The distillery was built around the still was built around the original carriage house, which makes sense because like when you're in there, you can kind of tell what was the original carriage house and what is not original but still pretty old, and then what is more new stuff. We did go to the rooftop bar, but it was closed.
Yes.
So we just walked up all the stairs to say, "Hey, gorgeous view," and then
the second floor with all of Marco's macaroni paintings was closed for a private viewing.
yeah, I'm assuming that Marco was hanging out there with his family, and they were telling him good job on all the macaroni art.
Yes.
With some really
Let's
loud
see.
music.
He says Rachel said the salmon was great.
Oh my goodness,
Could we just mimic Marco and his wife's order?
I mean, he did say that they had gone there for their anniversary. We did not know that we got all the same food, though.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to what he got to eat.
Did you guys get mac and cheese too?
So then the gnome was harassing us that we needed to go to By Gollies.
Well, we went to Little Miami.
Well, no, he was harassing us while we were at Cincinnati Distilling that we needed to go to By Gollies. And then we walked to Little Miami and we got some beers at Little Miami. They had a really delicious jalapeno beer that
ruined my night.
Joe was not a fan of it.
And then it's not because it was bad or good. It was lots of...
It was very heat forward.
It was a lot of heartburn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can see that.
I don't know what that's called, what kind of acid that's called. But it was a lot of heartburn, and I just took a sip. I didn't even take a drink.
Yeah, I got a half pour of it, and I thought that it was great. I got that and some fruity sour. And I was like, here, you can just, he sniffed it, and he was like, And then he took a sip, and I was like, yeah, I'll just be drinking the rest of this now.
Yeah, I just took a sip and it kind of like ruined my drinking experience from then on because I just had heartburn
So then,
and burning like the entire night almost.
yeah,
The rest of the night.
there was live music at Little Miami, which we watched for a little bit. And then Gnome harassed us enough that we decided that we would in fact go to By Gollies, and we closed out By Gollies. This was a Thursday night. Like, they were starting to mop up the floors when we walked in. And we're like, "Are you guys still open?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll serve you some beer." And we got 2 tall MGDs. It was the first time we had, because it was like full octane Miller. It was the first time we had full octane Miller in a while.
On draft.
Yeah. Oh,
Not from a bottle.
the beer is moving. It has a mind of its own.
What beer's moving?
The can just started sliding across the table. Because water. It's wet.
Okay. I'm like, what?
The house is haunted.
Don't say that. I was more worried it was Clara doing something.
Yeah. So the kids got to have a slumber party, and we picked them up on Friday. I don't remember what we did that weekend. It was so long ago now.
I don't
Oh, we went out to dinner for your sister's birthday, which was pretty fun.
We did. We went to Bucketheads, which is a sports bar.
Yeah. And they had karaoke. So
And we went there for the karaoke.
I mean, we went there for his sister's birthday, and it was a bonus that there was karaoke going on.
And I think we chose that because of the karaoke.
They wanted to, there was another place that they wanted to go to Cabana on the River, as like one of the 2 options that was posed. And this was the week when it was like a bajillion degrees outside, as opposed to like little less than a bajillion degrees outside that it was this weekend.
We're very
this
scientific here on the Craft Parenting Podcast.
Yeah. And we're like, okay, so the high on Sunday is supposed to be like 90, which is going to be great compared to the high of 97 that it is on Friday. But are we sure that we want to sit outside for dinner?
It actually wasn't that bad that day. Like, it got hot like that week.
Yeah.
Later that week. But that Sunday was okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been getting real warm. So, of course, since there was karaoke, we had to do the karaoke. And
yes.
Since I am the leader of the group, the most extroverted of the group,
That's debatable.
Lily's definitely the most extroverted of the group. There is no doubt on that one.
Okay. Yeah.
The one that is most articulated in speech. I ran some song titles past Lily, and the only one she was like yes to was "Let It Go."
I think I suggested that.
You might have, because I was trying to think of songs that Lily would know that this guy would have available on karaoke.
But before that, so you guys signed up, and we had to wait a while, and it was mostly like older people, like,
And it seems like it was people that were there like every
Sunday.
week to do this.
Yeah, every Sunday to do karaoke, and they were doing like classic rock songs and
There was very much a vibe that
70s and 80s.
we were not going to continue.
But before the karaoke, they had the touch tunes going.
Oh yeah.
It was just Meghan Trainor, like.
It was like every other song was Meghan Trainor, and I'm like, Jenna, I know you like Meghan Trainor. Did you do this? Nah, but I'm here for it.
I got tired of it, so I downloaded the app.
This is how you know that Joe is frustrated enough with it. He took the time to download the app, create an account, input in his credit card info.
I already had an account. I thought, and I don't know why they don't do this, like I thought it would just link to my Google and I could just like touch it and it would automatically go to my credit card. No, I had to input my credit card information, which is annoying, but I did
very
it anyway.
annoying.
I did it anyway. And I played Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh yeah.
And what was the second song? It was like Wagon Wheel or something.
No, it was Red Solo Cup.
Oh, Red Solo Cup.
I did try to petition for Sweet Caroline. Unfortunately, Lily does not know that song that well yet.
Yeah.
Or fortunately, I don't know. We'll get there.
Free Bird.
Yeah. And then at some point we started a tradition, but we also stopped it. So I don't really know if it's a tradition. Like 3 nights in a row, we rocked the kids in our arms to Wagon Wheel before bed, which was both adorable and a great upper body workout. The kids loved it though. Yeah,
Yeah, they like that song.
So we get called up to sing Let It Go after some classic rock song that has been sung marginally okay. There are 2 microphones and 3 people, one of which is very short and does not know how to read, but she knows Let It Go.
She's very enthusiastic. Marco wants to know if I paid extra to song jump the line. And yes, I don't think I paid extra. You pay for credits. And I guess I paid enough to jump both of them up. It was like $5. So I don't know.
I was on the other side of the table wrangling kids, so I'm not sure.
So yeah, you just pay for credits, and then you can pay 1 credit to put your song in the line, or 2 credits to put it in the queue or whatever.
Yeah. So we get called up to sing Let It Go. And our name is Jenna and the Ludwigs because I am very creative and I didn't just want to put Jenna's name on it. We should have just made her go up by herself. But so Lily gets a microphone and then Jenna and myself are supposed to share a microphone, but she does not share the microphone. She just holds it like one should hold a microphone. So no one can hear me. All they can hear is Lily and Jenna. And Lily's actually doing pretty good. She probably had about 75% of the words down, and she was on time about 75% of the time.
She was very loud too.
She was very loud.
This was like I said, it's a sports bar. It's very, very full.
It was
like
a very full sports bar.
Like imagine being a little kid singing in front of it's not. There's no stage or anything.
As soon as Lily knew that it was a thing, she wanted to do it.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So she takes the microphone. She's holding it. She gets all dramatic with it. Where she tilts her head back and points the microphone, the end of the microphone up in the air. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Where did you learn this?
And I saw people in the bar singing too.
Yeah. So. We were not the only. Now, whether or not that was to drown out the singing that they could hear through the microphones, I'm not sure. Or to encourage Lily, because Lily was Lily was a big hit.
They were having a good time.
And then I learned that there's some version of Love Story that's Taylor Swift in some rapper because 2 teenage girls sang it. They're like, and Love Story. And then I was like, okay, sweet. And this is not the love story that I know.
Yeah, that was fun.
Marco says, good job on jumping the line with your songs.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was lots of fun. It was definitely an experience. We
made sure we were heard that night. When there was our touch tune, people didn't know it was, who let the dogs out, but I guess it's out there now. I did it.
Yeah. So, and then we ended up having a very busy 7 days. Cause that Tuesday we went to a Reds game. We got tickets semi at the last minute. I guess we had 5 days of notice so we could set up a sitter. But that also turned into, hey, yeah, we'll watch the kids overnight. So you won't have the kids. So we go to
Cabana on the River.
Yes, we finally went to Cabana on the River for dinner, which was really yummy. And I think we had garage beer lime because they have that on draft. I'm pretty sure it was the lime because it tasted like it had a little something in it. and then go downtown, have to pay.
Really good prices, by the way.
Yeah, like it was decent prices for the drinks and the food. And then we have to go downtown, find a place to park, get to the stadium, hope it doesn't start raining. I think we missed the part where it did rain, if it did rain at the stadium.
Yeah, we kind of took our time because it was getting really, really dark.
Yeah, we weren't sure on the weather. And then we discovered ballpark prices for beer.
What is that, like $20 for a 12 ounce?
It's
Or
no
16 ounce or something?
It's like $15 for
It's
a
ridiculous.
16-ounce draft or something like that. It's like you're almost paying like $1 per ounce.
Yeah, ballpark is not family friendly anymore.
Well, it was 3-2-1 night. So they had $3 beers before. Oh, geez, Clara. They had $3 beers before the scheduled first pitch. Like the little star said before the scheduled first pitch.
I don't
So
know
like if the
that
game got delayed, $3 beers did not continue until the game started. And then they had $2 hot dogs and $1 ice creams, or it was $1 hot dogs and $2 ice creams. I'm not sure. The lines for hot dogs and ice cream were very long.
So the ice cream, that was the entire game? The discount,
It was
discount hot dog?
limited time. Like it was like limited quantities. Like if they sold out of whatever their allotment was, then the prices were going to go up.
Because
I'm not sure how much they allot though.
Because we didn't get there before the first pitch. Was that just for the beer?
The beer was just for before the first pitch.
Oh.
The ice cream and the hot dogs were throughout the game until they ran out. Garage Beer Lime was really good on draft. Would drink again.
At Cabana.
Yes. Marco was asking how Garage Beer Lime was.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Crisp, refreshing, great for hot days. Definitely a go-to.
It wasn't super limey either.
No, it was not.
Like we could barely tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like we were kind of wondering, is this lime? This tastes a little different than just like a normal lager.
Yeah. And then, so you got a Hefeweizen. I found 50 West and I got us 2 Doom pedals.
Yes.
Yeah, I got us 2 Doom pedals from 50
I
West.
have a picture of me holding a Doom pedal.
Yeah, I mean they were tall boys, so that, and they weren't. I want to say those were like $12 each, so they didn't hurt as much when we bought them. And then we walked around the stadium a bit so we could see what was new. And we found Bad Tom Smith.
We didn't get anything from them though.
No, we were kind of done with beer at that point. Somewhere in there, Joe bought a beer at the UDF little kiosk. And you had 0 human interaction and they asked you for a tip.
Correct.
Yeah, that's getting ridiculous.
No, they have, so you go in and it's just a bunch of refrigerators. You don't really go in, I mean, it's open.
Mm-hmm.
But you go there, you get your beer, you put the beer on it's like a table, like a weighted table. And I guess it has like a scanner. I don't know. I guess it like scans the barcode somehow. And then you pay it, and it's not self checkout. It's different. It's like a weighted table or something. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's not self checkout where you scan the barcode at Kroger. It's something different. And then you pay, and then it asked me for a tip. And then I was about to walk away, and then someone did come up to me and say, "You have to open those before you leave." So I guess I was tipping her, but I didn't know she was even there. But I don't know. It's a weird. We live in weird times, I guess.
Marco says a scale.
Yeah, it was a scale. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
Joe,
know. I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know why I can't just be like, Kroger self-checkout. It wasn't that though. It was like you put it on the scale, and then it knew what the beer was.
Yeah, Joe got lost. So he did that while I was waiting for him at Kettle Corn.
I don't think I got lost.
You didn't super get lost. You didn't come find me though. You were supposed to come find me at Kettle Corn.
Oh, we purchased Hootie Delight.
Oh yeah, we did get Hootie Delights. Those were.
It was a 16-ounce Hootie Delight.
Is that the picture that I sent that I put on the beer groups? I don't remember. That was forever ago at this point. I'm not going to bother trying to look for it. I do remember I sent a picture to your mom so she could be like, "Oh, it's Hootie." / hey, you guys are drinking the beer that I used to sneak as a kid.
I don't know if it was any cheaper.
I don't think it was.
They had a whole bunch of other.
Marco says a room mom told you to open it. I mean, essentially, like, you have no authority here, but we're going to kind of listen to you.
Like, yeah, I mean, you're supposed to open it,
Yeah.
That's like rules and stuff. Like, even if you go to a bar and they serve you a can of something, they're supposed to open it, as you probably know.
Or a hall monitor or a crossing guard.
It probably was a crossing guard, actually. That's a very good description of this person.
Yeah. So it was our obligatory, at least we've been to the stadium once this year. Though the kids have been asking to go to a baseball game. We'll see if that continues. Because I foresee us just hanging out in the family zone and then like they're just going to be in the playground the whole time and not pay attention to the game.
Yeah. So like I don't even know how much a nosebleed ticket is these days. Is it like $20?
I would assume so. So we didn't know what kind of tickets we were going to be getting. I thought we were going to be getting tickets for the Bally Club, which is like way up.
Oh, hey, Elijah.
Hey. Which is way up, but then it's unlimited food, but then you have a limited selection of what beers are over there. But no, we were 6 rows up from the Reds dugout.
Yeah,
So
they were really good seats.
They were.
Someone gave them to us. I guess we should mention that.
yeah.
So thank you to that person who gave it to us. But if we just wanted to go hang out with the kids, like it's going to be like probably
Oh, it's going to be minimum like $100 for the night.
just for
Between
the
parking,
tickets.
the tickets, and like an obligatory, here is a snack that I
It's
buy
not-
you in the ballpark.
It's not family friendly at all. Like as far as like, let's go to the ballpark and get like $1 hot dog or whatever. And and the beer, I mean, I get that. That's not a mandatory thing. You drink before you go, obviously. That's been our strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Like for forever. But if I'm a little kid, like if I'm bringing up my little kid, I kind of want them to, have a hot dog or peanuts or
Cracker Jacks.
something without paying like a couple $100. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah, Marco says it's a $200 round trip easy, which yeah, for sure. It would not be cheap. But we did get into so my family owns a car shop in Fairfield / Hamilton, and they sponsor the Hamilton Joes. And we got invited to tag along this year to go to the Hamilton Joes game with the kids. And yeah, Elijah, we know we can bring in our own stuff, but that's like work. I debated bringing in a bag of peanuts, and I was like, I'll be fine. We bought way more beer than we should have.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah.
For a random Tuesday.
But it's also like we didn't have kids the next day.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we had to work, but we can live with the consequences of our own decisions when children are not involved. When children are involved, we definitely want those consequences to be a lot less.
Part of it is the experience, right? I want to go to the ballpark and
drink a beer while I watch some baseball.
I want to flag the guy coming, right?
Yeah,
That's
well,
part of the experience.
The only people I saw walking around were Split the Pot people. Now, granted, it was a weekday game, so maybe they don't have, or maybe I wasn't paying enough attention because I was actually kind of watching the game.
I think, yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Actually, no one with beer came.
Because I was waiting, because I was like going to get around with somebody like that was walking by with beer, and that never happened that I saw. So I don't know if it's maybe just like a weekend thing where they do that now, or it was too hot. It was a pretty warm day.
I mean, I had friends who worked the Reds, and they were way worked. You know, they were doing like beer or whatever.
Yeah, but then stark contrast, Hamilton Joe's game. So Hamilton Joe's are college kids playing summer ball. So it's just in June and July. I have no idea how to buy tickets. I'm assuming you buy them while you're there. Because I tried to like see how much tickets were on their website, and there was nothing. But there were some guys that were there, like you could buy tickets from them. But since my family was the one that was getting us in, we got wristbands. Like the food prices were really reasonable. It was $4.50 for a hamburger and then like $5 for a cheeseburger. And they had like all sorts of fun snacks. Very much like chill. Not a whole lot of people there. It's attached to a park, and unfortunately the kids did see the playground.
Yes.
So we did not actually watch the game a whole lot. Lily did like socializing with my uncle though, which she like just wanted to sit and talk with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we can do that.
And your uncle had surgery, so he was stationary, and he was forced to listen to her.
Yeah.
Elijah's cry, laughing emoji about something. I don't know what. And Marcus says,
yeah. So maybe the ballpark has something like Kings Island where they have a food and drink pass. Where cause yeah, the kids this year have also been asking about Kings Island a lot. Oh, did we go to Stricker's Grove in there? We went to Stricker's Grove that weekend too. We had a very busy 7 days.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, we went to Stricker's Grove. Lily wanted to ride all of the rides.
So Stricker's Grove is like... It's a step up from like a parish festival. It's a permanent parish festival. How about that?
Yeah, with like 2 roller coasters. Yeah. Everything else is pretty much like can be transported rides. Unfortunately for Elliot, the train was down.
Yeah.
We're just all over the place.
We are.
But Lily rode the Tornado, which is their big coaster, and did not cry, did not really scream, but the whole time kept saying, "This is scary. This is scary. This is too scary. I don't want to do this again." And I was like, I'm here with you. It's okay.
And to be fair, I remember riding that roller coaster when I was like in 6th grade. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how old it was back then, but it was old.
Kind of, yeah.
It was old back then.
I do like mildly wish that I would have ridden it first without her. Yeah. So that wouldn't have flown.
Yeah.
So I could remember what it was like because I hadn't ridden it since middle school. And now she wants to ride it again. So the next time we go there, she will want to ride it. So the kids keep asking to go to Stricker's Grove or Kings Island. I think we're like 4 or 5 years away from having to get passes to Kings Island.
No way.
Yeah. Dude, your daughter.
No way.
Your daughter.
Not until she's like 10 or 11.
That's
like teenager.
Okay, so 10 is 6 years from now.
Alrighty. What did you say? You said 3 years.
I said 4 or 5.
Okay.
Play back the tape.
Play back the tape.
I did not sing Matt's Life while she said this is scary. I said you are allowed to feel scared. This is a very big experience that most people her age do not want to do.
Yeah.
And she wants to do it again.
Keep in mind she looks like she's like 7, but she's 4.
Yeah,
she's 4.5, I should say.
My mom got the kids' bikes without the kids. I think I already said this. Whatever. She told them, I need a bike for a 4-year-old that's the size of a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old that's the size of a 5-year-old. And the bikes are the perfect sizes for the kids. And like, this is a guy who like deals with bikes all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lily wanted to ride the Ferris wheel. Even after she complained that the roller coaster went too high and that she didn't like heights. And I'm like, girlfriend, the Ferris wheel goes as high, if not higher. But then she wanted to keep riding the Ferris wheel. Elliot rode the teddy bear coaster like 4 times. Lily rode it 3 times. Yeah, so there's a decent chance we're going to end up buying a day ticket to Kings Island this year. I don't want to though, because it's so much money.
Only because,
and there's going to be lines.
yeah, my mom, we always go once a year. I'm sure we've talked about this.
Yeah, we're very spoiled. We know these are very much first world problems.
We go once a year, and it's always during P&G Day weekend, or Dividend Day weekend, which P&G rents out
the entire park.
I think it's Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, so and you get to pick which day you go. You're not assigned a day.
Usually my birthday weekend or around my birthday. So for the last however many years.
So we've been dating for the last. So we've been together for 15 years.
Since 2009.
It's 2020. Yeah, 15 years this year. And we've gone more years than we haven't.
Yeah. And
the bulk of the years that we haven't gone is with when the children have been babies.
Or COVID.
Yeah. We started going after COVID.
Yeah. So my mom can only get enough tickets
for
correlating to the number of people in her family,
in her household.
Her immediate household, which right now is only 3.
And soon will only be 2.
Yes.
We might have snuck the children in last year by putting them in a wagon and just pulling them through. No one questioned their ages.
Yeah, I think.
No one questioned whether or not we had tickets for them, because if you're 3 and under, it's free.
Yeah. Is it 3 and under or 2 and under? I think it's 3 and under.
It was definitely Lily did not qualify to get in for free.
Yeah.
And we were gonna either beg or bribe our way in if necessary, or figure out who doesn't get to stay and has to come back to pick everybody else up.
Yeah, and my sister would probably want to go, so we would need, if we wanted to go P&G Day.
We technically need 4 tickets at this point. Really, we need 5. Okay, we technically need 5 tickets. 4, we could. I'm saying too much now. I'm done. There's slim chance that we can go to P&G weekend.
Yeah.
As a family.
I don't think we'll have enough tickets. Yeah.
Unless if Joe's mom can somehow end up with more tickets, we might be done with P&G weekend.
Yeah.
Because we can't take one kid and not the other, and we can't say that, oh well, okay, I'll go with the kids, or Joe will go with the kids, because you usually need an adult per kid, and then one of the kids doesn't have an adult to ride the beastie with, or Woodstock Express. It's the beastie. It will always be the beastie.
Yes.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah. So we might have to figure something out. Go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
In August before school starts.
Yeah, but Stricker's Grove, lots of fun, especially for the money. It's their 100th anniversary.
We didn't pay to get in.
I know. But no, they do they have Hamilton County weekend, I think is next weekend, where you pay to get in. Some of the groups that do events there, they charge. But yeah, get friends with your local West Side parish, and
or just
or just have,
belong to the parish.
yeah, well,
That's only for the parish.
yeah,
Like we were a part of the parish that we went to, that was hosting it. So
yeah.
um,
What did we do?
so we went to the two baseball games. We went
Yep.
to Strickers Grove. We went to Cincinnati Distilling. What about? That's probably.
Oh, you went to Top Golf with work.
Yeah, but that's not a thing that I want to talk about. It's just kind of like Top Golf. it is what it is. I mean, I like Top Golf, but I'm not good at it. Let's see.
There was the
Fourth-
Greek festival, but it was too hot, and we were doing stuff.
4th of July.
Yeah,
Do we want to talk about 4th of July?
yeah. So we knew we were going to go out of town for 4th of July. The kids are kind of like at that age where I would love to take them to fireworks because I'm pretty sure that they would really enjoy them, but I don't want to have to deal with them during, like, before and after the fireworks. Where before the fireworks, they're very antsy, they're very tired. They very much would like to go home and go to bed. And then after fireworks, everybody is overstimulated, everybody is overtired, and we still have to like get to the car and then get home and then get into bed.
Yeah, I don't know because the Green Township show started at like 9:30
Yeah. Well, they usually all say
At-
dusk, which is like 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
these days. Yeah, these days it's like 9:30. Yeah, or 10, as you said.
Yeah.
I don't know that our kids could stay up that late.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that they could, but I don't know if I would want to deal with them.
I don't know if it'll go very well.
Yeah. So
Um,
I
Maybe
Text-
next year,
next year is more of a possibility.
but I would want to drop Clara off somewhere.
Yeah, because I texted Joe. I was like, should we be crazy and go to the fireworks tonight on the 3rd? And this is while I was sweating my butt off at work because the place where I work, the majority of it is not air conditioned, and it is very much whatever is happening outside is happening inside, except for rain. So have fun with that.
And circulation.
Yeah. So we
I worked at a plant like that.
yeah, so I was like, we should do this. And then Joe's like, you sure about that?
It was supposed to storm.
It was supposed to storm, which it did storm. It was
did.
supposed to be super hot, which it was. And it's like, are you sure? Because I don't know when I'm going to be able to meet you out there. Are you sure that you want to have to deal with that and the children? Yeah, never mind. We're not going to do that.
It didn't work out.
It did not work out. So instead, we went out of town. I drove up 71 as all of the storms were rolling through town.
Yeah, that was crazy.
A little bit. I ran into the storms 3-ish times, where like there was like a little outcropping of the storm that I had to get through to get to the next kind of clearing.
Yeah,
Nothing too major. It was just
you made it.
put on the Spotify playlist, tell the kids, I love you, but if mommy doesn't talk to you and start singing louder, it's just because she's focusing on the road. Fortunately, both kids fell asleep,
Oh, I did that.
like pretty much right after the rain started. So I didn't really have to worry about them.
Yeah, you left at like 4.
I left at like, yeah, it was like 4:30-ish probably.
I think you stopped.
'Cause I
Yeah, I think it was 4.
I had to pick up the kids. Oh yeah, because I think I got there. I got there at 6:30. I think I left at 4. I left at 4:30.
You left here.
I left here at 4. I had to go pick up the kids. I ended up rolling in at 6:30.
Probably getting gas and all that.
Yeah, I had to get gas and get the kids.
So it was before I was working.
Yeah, Joe was still working.
I get off at 5:30.
Once I was finally able to start heading more east than north, The weather got very better very fast. Got to see all the people setting up in Washington Courthouse for their fireworks, which then led to me Googling whether or not their fireworks were still happening. And their Facebook page for the fireworks was like, wouldn't it be crazy if there was a Facebook page that was dedicated to the fireworks event that was telling you that, yes, they're still going on. And oh, hey, they're communicating with all the major media outlets. So you would also know that they're still going on. And I'm like, somebody is getting their inbox destroyed with questions that they're sick of.
Just a lot.
Yeah. So I only drove by and I was more focusing on the road than what was going on around me. I think they're setting them up in or around a baseball field, because people were setting up on the other side of the highway with parking their trucks.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
So the giant circles that exist for the on and off ramps, people were parking in those, and a family had their truck with a canopy and we're just pre-gaming.
So were they in the road or they were in the
They were in the grass. I'm assuming it was so they could easily exit after the fireworks were done.
I don't think that's allowed.
I don't.
But okay.
It's America Day. You can do what you want. They have a permit like Ron Swanson.
That was the day before America Day.
It's America Month.
It's
America's birthday month.
That's right.
You do what you want.
America is a woman.
Yeah. So the Green Township fireworks still went on. The Washington Courthouse fireworks still went on, because most of the storms rolled out before dusk. So, because to me it was really weird. We're sitting down to eat dinner and it gets super dark outside, and I was like, oh, hey, the storm's here. And then we ate our dinner, and then it got light outside again.
It poured here.
It poured there as well.
Before, we were I came in. I joined you guys the next morning.
Yeah, you drove in the next morning.
Just because of the storms and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We mostly just hung out around the house because we weren't sure what was open. Did end up going out to get some provisions. Didn't really hear a whole lot of fireworks, which was nice for Clara. Clara was mildly concerned about 10:30.
I don't even know where she is. She was on the couch.
Yeah, she's gone away, which is good.
I don't know.
That she either gave up on us or things died down enough where she's fine.
Yeah.
So, well, because the night before, Clara had freaked out about 10:30 because I was still in the kids' rooms putting them to bed, and then I came out and she was fine, but she freaked out again the 4th of July. But it wasn't. It was more like, hey, you're gonna let me sleep with you, right? I need my mandatory human snuggles. I'm getting a little itchy because I haven't snuggled with anybody in a little bit.
That is our dog in a nutshell.
Yeah, it wasn't she was more concerned that we had not yet gone to bed, not that anything was going on around us. So that was nice. And then Friday, Joe still had to work. So he worked, and I took the kids out to a coffee shop.
Yes.
Which had a ridiculously long line, and somehow we survived waiting in that line. Mostly by the kids paging through Harry Potter books. It worked. It was
Where
fine.
did they get Harry Potter books?
They were on the shelf at the coffee shop. And then picked up a cord for Joe so he could continue to work from home in a nicer setup. And then I took the kids to the Mighty Children's Museum, which was nice chaos. Because the kids were never in the same area. So I had to hang out with one kid while keeping an eye on the other kid. And it was very rare that there could be one spot where I could stand and not be in anybody's way and at least partially see both children.
Yeah. And that museum, it's small.
I more call it it's an indoor play place with a museum vibe.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because like they want to call it like they want to make it educational. So like there's a little farm area and there's like a little creek area.
Yeah.
And then
It's like it's like the size of our basement. Like a third of our basement.
no, it's like our whole basement is maybe plus like 25% is the whole thing. Plus they have an upstairs area where they sometimes do stuff, but it's more like
that's like private
science
parties.
science experiments or like private party seating.
That's always closed. I've never been up there.
I have not been up. I've seen pictures of it on their Facebook page.
No, it's fun. I think I don't know how much it is, but it's not.
It's $10 a person. It's not super crazy.
Not super expensive or anything.
Yeah, and like the kids didn't want to leave. Now the kids never want to leave anywhere. They were having a meltdown today because they didn't want to leave.
Oh yeah, they always have meltdowns.
Yeah.
Oh man. I guess we are cracking open. Are we cracking it open? Oh, it's moving again.
It's water, so it's so light. It's like air hockey, except it's water hockey.
Oh yeah. And then we went to 50 West.
Yep.
For dinner. And then we went to Old Capitol
which it was game night, so we saw some of the guys playing chess.
At 50 West.
Yeah, when we got there.
Not the 50 West in Chillicothe.
Yeah.
That 50 West.
Yeah. The kids got a whole milkshake each, which was very generous.
Which I thought...
Joe forgot how big they were. I normally get one milkshake for them to split.
Well, I thought... my fingernails are really...
I'll do it.
Hang on. I got it. But I thought that they had like kid sizes.
No.
And I thought that was like implied. Like I wanted a kid.
No.
I wanted a kid.
No. Well, and Lily wanted mocha, which just ended up being chocolate because apparently the mocha has coffee in it. And he was very nice and did not do that to us.
Oh, well, the exact conversation was, I want mocha. And then I was like, veto.
Yeah, so the kids got, and then Elliot got strawberry, which Lily said that she liked more, and so she was going to get strawberry next time.
Oh, yeah. I like 50 West. As far as like all the breweries goes, like as far as like kid-friendly breweries, like they really try. Like
yeah, I mean they had coloring pages and crayons that I forgot to grab as I went upstairs.
Yeah, I mean I know brewery like bar, like it's not necessarily you don't think kid-friendly, but
I mean we're not going to purposely bring them after like 8 p.m.
Yeah, but 50 West, I feel like they try to make it friendly with, I feel like they rebranded, like they went a different direction with the Brewworks, like versus like the pub that they had in the first location, the original location, which is not a thing anymore. But they really went a different direction with, I think they had canoes too at one point.
Canoes or kayaks, something I think.
Kayaks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't
think they do that anymore, but they have volleyball, they have milkshakes, they have like steak and shake type burgers and fries.
Smash burgers is what they're called. Yeah. Here, wait, before we get more distracted, we just cracked open a Phoenix Amber Lager that is 5.2%, also from Old Capitol Brewing. Yeah, so 50 West is like, I'm going to get this wrong because I haven't like read up about it. But Hillary sent me a bunch of stuff about it. 50 West is like a third space where it's like you are okay to exist there with your children, or it's like a community space versus like Happy Hangout is a kid's place, and like a dive bar would be an adult place. It's like a space where adults and children can coexist. And it's not like, why'd you bring your kid here?
Yeah.
I don't want to see your children.
Yeah, there's some breweries that aren't that.
And that's okay. Like, you need all those kinds of spaces because not everybody wants to exist in a space where everyone is there. And like for my soapbox for a hot second, it's like give families grace. If it seems like the parents are more agitated than you are, because they probably are, because their kids throwing a fit, as long as they are like actively trying to get that child out of a fit, like they're freaking out more about this than you are. And the only way kids learn is by doing. So if all they do is like say, okay, well, we're never going to do that again, like the kid's never going to know how to exist at a restaurant until you have like 2 or 3 experiences
Until you go
of
to a restaurant.
yeah, until you have 2 or 3 experiences of, man, I ate that food real fast, or I only ate like 5 bites of my food here and then I ate the rest of it at home, because the child is learning like, I mean, especially like our kids, we don't just like plop down an iPad and say, here, go watch this show while mommy and daddy eat. Like we'll bring toys for them, or we'll bring books for them, but like we won't.
Coloring.
Yeah, we're not like, hey, yeah, just plop in a movie or a TV show and sit over there while mommy and daddy are over here having a conversation. We try to make it an actual like family thing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the iPads for kids or the tablets for kids. I did buy them a tablet. However, we always, it's like the
You bought you a tablet that the kids get to benefit from.
Yeah, I mean, that's a better way to put it for sure. But the kids use it for the most part. They use it more than I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's we
and-
have a few streaming services that are not available in app form on the PlayStation or the Xbox.
I mean, all of our stuff is old.
Yeah, so we just cast it to the TV.
So we don't watch it from the tablet. I'm not a huge fan of that. I would rather cast it. There's a way to do it without, whatever it's called, Google Cast or Apple TV or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just do it via Bluetooth. That's how we've been doing it, and it works fine. I don't know that it's any better, but it makes me feel better versus, they're like staring at it like this versus like, it's over there.
Yeah, it's like, give me my Bluey. Give me my Cocoa Melon. It's like, no, we don't need to watch something right now. I mean, heck, the kids tonight on our way home, the kids were throwing a fit because they didn't want to leave. And I'm like, well, why don't we like get all cozy in the living room and you guys pick out what movie you want to watch. Elliot picked out Aristocats because Lily likes cats. So let's watch a cat movie.
I don't know where he got. I mean, they watch it at my mom's house probably more often than we.
They love Marie.
Think. Yeah. I mean, that's the cat.
Yeah.
That's one of the cats.
Yeah. So we went to 50 West Chillicothe, got some dinner, got some shakes, and then we walked to Old Capitol Brewing because they're about a block and a half away from each other. Because there wasn't anything in the cooler at 50 West that we were super interested in. And we tried to go to Old Capitol Brewing on the 4th because they put a Facebook post out saying, yeah, we're going to be open today. Like, come get some beers. And it was like 1 p.m. when we drove by.
No, it was 11.
It was 11.
It was super early.
And I want to say it was like 1.
No,
I think
it was 11. It was morning.
Oh,
We got
whoops.
up early.
They don't open until 4 because they don't have food.
Well, I mean, a lot of the
And it was a
Cincinnati-
weekday.
What was the 4th of July? A lot of the Cincinnati breweries, they open at 11 or 12 or whatever.
To me, it wasn't a crazy hour for a brewery to be open, but it's a brewery that doesn't have food, and it's still a weekday.
I'll give you an hour. So maybe we got there at like 12. It was a reasonable hour. It wasn't like 8 o'clock in the morning. But it was the 4th of July, and they did say that, buy 2 Crowlers, get one free, or get one half off. It wasn't free, but they were closed, which I thought was weird. I would think that they would want to open early and kind of wonk their hours, but Yeah.
It depends on who you got available and what your license says you can do.
Oh, is that a licensing thing?
I don't know. Marco might know.
I don't
But
know.
I mean, it's a completely different county, so but it's all Ohio.
I don't think it's a county thing. The county.
There are dry counties in Ohio still, I think. Maybe there's like one. They're not as dry as they used to be. But yeah, so
You don't get the license to the county though. You can get it through the state.
yeah. I'm very proud of us though because all 3 of the crowlers that we got are gone.
They're almost gone. I mean,
Oh, almost gone. Yeah. This is the fastest that we've gone through 3 crowlers, I think, ever.
yes. I've been drinking a lot of Cincy Light lately.
Yeah.
So a shout out to Ryan Geist for that. And Fretboard, if you are listening to this, stock the Cleves Kroger
Put it in more Kroger's.
with Fretboard Light, and then we'll buy it.
Yeah. Or at least like the Harrison one. The Harrison one's bigger and has a bigger beer fridge.
Yeah, you're over here on the west side. You're in.
You've got that
Harrison.
giant banner.
Yeah, on the storage off of 74.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
More Fretboard Light. More Fretboard Light.
help us help you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can't keep up, but maybe just take it away from the east side and bring it to the west side.
Yeah, East Siders don't need it. They won't appreciate it like we will.
Just Harrison Kroger or Cleves Kroger.
Here is my promise. The first time I find Fretboard Light in one of my local Krogers, I will buy a pack and I will shotgun the beer as soon as I get home.
Okay.
And I will have Joe video it. Even if it's like 3:00 in the afternoon because I get off work way earlier than he does.
Oh my God. I think we lost everyone.
It's possible. It's late.
It's past their bedtime, apparently. What else do we want to talk about? Is that it?
We went to a picnic today, which was a lot of fun. The kids got to run around with all their friends and cause chaos and then not want to leave at all. It was perfect weather for a picnic. Because it was like not super hot. We were under a shelter that had fans. So it was pretty bearable. Good beer because it was Stiegel.
Yeah, that's an Austrian beer.
Lots of good company because it's all German dancers.
Yep.
We did not have a dance off though. So that was mildly disappointing.
What the picnic was. You didn't say what it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was the German Dancing Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, there's another group chat that's blowing up right now that is not this. So we're gonna have fun with that later.
Oh boy. I will see.
Yeah, so the Cincinnati Donauschwaben Schuhplattlers have officially been around for 50 years. And to celebrate, we had a picnic
I
with
took note that you're gonna shotgun the beer.
yes.
Only if it's in the Cleves or Harrison Kroger. That's
Yeah,
the
it has to be
deal.
in one of my local Krogers that I frequent.
Or the Dent one.
Yeah.
We'll give you 3 options.
Yeah, Dent, Harrison, or Cleves. You got 3 Krogers that I frequent. Get in one of those. So the Schuhplattlers been around for 50 years. So they did a reunion picnic where it was like, hey, if you're in town, like come hang out. And of course there was way too much food and it was all very delicious.
Could have taken some home, but we didn't.
We could have.
It was fried chicken and picnic food and German coleslaw and German potato salad.
Yeah.
And more coleslaw.
It was pretty funny. So I got plates for the kids and I brought them to the table and then the kids, I was taking care of the kids and I looked at Joe and I said, you either get food now or I'm getting food. And Joe came back and he had a piece of chicken and like some mac and cheese on his plate. And then I go and I'm like, which one of these 3 coleslaws do I want? Which one of these 2 potato salads do I want?
Yeah.
Hey, there's 4 different varieties of beans. Let me pick 2 of those.
I don't eat any of that.
It's so good.
I don't eat any of that picnic food. The German potatoes, I guess it was cold potato salad, right?
Yes, it was cold potato salad.
So there's hot potato salad and cold potato salad. Is that how this works?
There are two different well, there's hot slaw and cold slaw.
Okay.
And there's hot potato salad and there's cold potato salad.
Okay.
And then I was surprised there wasn't any kraut. And then they had somebody brought pretzels because, I mean, you have to have somebody bring pretzels.
It's really, really good pretzels too.
Yeah.
Like, they were big.
They were not Oktoberfest big, but they were pretty big.
No, they were decent sized.
Yeah. The kids attempted to play badminton. I came up with a drinking game for it that nobody did. But it was because the kids ended up like not trying to really play badminton. Because I said it was every time they successfully volley back and forth, you take a shot.
And we're talking like Lily was the oldest one, and she's 4.5.
No, it was like the oldest one was maybe like 8. But the majority of the kids were like 4 and under. Anytime a kid gets hit, you take a drink. Like anytime a kid gets hit with a racket. And then you chug until the kid that got hit with the racket stops crying. And when I explained this to one of the moms who her kids are now all graduated from high school. Actually, her youngest just turned 21, which to me is crazy. And I can't wrap my head around it still. Like he's still like a 5-year-old as far as I'm concerned, but I'm working on it. When I first started explaining this game, she was like, well, that's not going to get me drunk. And then I said, until the kid stops crying. And she's like, oh man, that could be a while if nobody knows where their parent is. And I'm like, yeah. They had name tags for all the kids. Our friend has a kid. Actually, Mac, he was on the podcast before. He has a kid who is walking and maybe like 16 months old at the most, who had a name tag on his back that said, if found, call this phone number. My name is Ben.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, no, I noticed that his name tag, like I noticed he had a name tag on his back and it said a bunch of stuff. And I was like, I need to go over and read this name tag. And I was like, that's something that I think I put that on Lily once when she was younger. But because like
we went to Kings Island, I think you wrote on her.
Oh, when the first time we went to Kings Island, I found a pen in the car and I wrote my phone number on Lily's back. I was like, worst case scenario, here you go. I mean, we're not going to let you out of our sight, but in case we accidentally do, we're good.
We're not doing this leash stuff.
No. We had name tags so you would know who everyone was. And then it was hilarious because Lori, the dance coach, brought over a guy and she was like, hey, Joe, as being Joe's dad, like, you remember this guy? Because you guys used to dance together. And he's like, no. And then it's like, well, he danced from 80 to 84 and you did too. Oh, no. I'm like, okay, you guys figure out whether or not you remember each other. And then the kids saw our name tags. And Lily was like, I want one. And then somebody was like, oh, yeah, that'd actually be a really good idea. Because if you put the kids' last names on them, they know at least in whose general direction they need to throw the kid to get them back to their people.
Yeah.
And like Elliot fell or ran into something. I'm not quite sure. I just know he was carried to me crying and was like, hey, something happened. Here you go. From one of our friends that knew him.
He likes to jump off things.
Yeah, he spent 10 to 25% of the time jumping off of the stage.
Yes.
Whatever floats your boat, little dude.
And I saw there's a group of kids Elliot's age. Mm-hmm. There was a bunch of them born at the same time.
Yeah, we had a lot of COVID babies.
And they all had the backgammon. Badminton. I keep mixing those two up. I don't know why.
One's a board game. One's one with rackets.
Okay, but they had the rackets, and I saw them. And Elliot wasn't among them. Otherwise, I would have yelled at them. Mm-hmm. They were just hitting each other with them, like on the head.
Well, was it the cousins? Because those two are savage.
Which cousins? Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. It was cousins.
They were involved, yes.
They see each other all the time. They're savages. It's what they do.
I forgot they were cousins. But yes, yes.
They
That
cause
makes-
chaos every day, every practice.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they were hitting each other. I'm like, yep, that tracks.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. We ended up overstaying by about half an hour, past what the kids could handle.
Yeah.
And the whole ride home was, I don't want to go home. And I'm like, the amount that you're complaining tells me we should have left a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Because, like, Lily said she didn't want dessert. Like, that's how much fun she was having, / how little sugar she had in her bloodstream for her brain to properly function. She was like,
I don't know that she ate a proper, like,
she
meal.
didn't.
Like,
She didn't.
She didn't eat anything.
She ate like 2 bites of hot dog and like.
Elliot ate a whole hot dog. So
Well, I told the kids they had to eat a hot dog before they could go anywhere. And then Lily I was getting my food and Lily said, I'm all done. And I was like, okay, your dad's over there, so I guess you are.
I don't know.
And she hadn't eaten any of her hot dog.
And the little, she disappeared on us. That's interesting.
Yeah, she ended up at the playground. We had a nice little conversation after that.
You have to cross the parking lot to get to the playground.
She's like, well, I'm with him. And I'm like, he is younger than you. He's not supposed to be over here either without an adult.
Yeah.
None of your adults knew where you were. Not okay.
It was not okay at all. But we are going. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add or talk about?
No.
I'm interested in this conversation, this side conversation that they're having.
It's a long end because I can't scroll through it all in my notifications
Oh my
bar.
goodness. I think we're going to close this one out. We're over an hour on this one.
I mean, I think, yeah. I have no idea. I don't know how long we've been talking. We've been talking for forever. I don't know when we're going to record again. I don't know when the kids are going to let us. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because even with being super exhausted, Elliot took a while to fall asleep. Like, Lily fell asleep at some point during Aristocats. Elliot watched all of Aristocats, a Thomas episode, and then still wouldn't go to bed.
Yeah, he was like the Energizer bunny. I don't know.
So fingers crossed, lots of sleeping tomorrow, but we'll see.
He
knows?
napped. He did nap today, though.
He napped for a little bit. He had a power nap.
Lily did not nap.
No, she did not nap.
Yeah, so he napped on the way back for probably 45 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I got to up the sip count.
Yep. Sip, sip, sip. We are going to close this one out. We'll be back eventually, but we really appreciate you guys listening and chatting with us and hanging out with us on this Saturday evening. My name is Joe. This is Caroline. We are the Craft Parenting Podcast. Make sure you
Slam that like button. Smash subscribe. You got to come closer. Ring that notification bell.
Okay, that's annoying.
On the YouTubes. And then follow and subscribe or whatever on your favorite podcatcher.
And make sure you leave that 5-star review too. We really appreciate the reviews if you like what you hear. If you're a podcatcher lets you 5 stars, that would be awesome. And what else?
I think that
Instagram,
Facebook,
YouTube,
X. So
X.
weird.
Yeah.
I'm at Caroline Creates Crafts. I might start posting stuff more. I say that like every time though.
Yeah.
I have a craft room that I can actually use.
Yes.
I have a craft fair in October. I have to make a boatload of Stein koozies for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
I'll be making things, whether or not I make content about it. We'll see.
Yeah, and I'm at Craft Parenting Joe on Instagram. I post occasionally.
Beer.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time on the Craft Parenting Podcast.
Bye.